right, do me a favor, just go ahead and state your name.
Stephen Wheatley.
Stephen Wheatley. And just to let you know, this interview is being recorded. You understand that?
Sure.
And are you currently under the influence of any type of substance that may impair your judgment?
No.
And have I made any threats or anything like that to get you to make this video?
No.
And you understand it's for educational purposes and that other people are going to be viewing this video?
Sure.
And you're okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, can you just go ahead and tell me your story?
Well, I was born in 1978. Grew up in a pretty good family. Private school, believe it or not, Christian school. Started public school in 7th grade. Kind of fell apart.
How so?
You're not forced to do your schoolwork in public. In private, you are. So I got lazy and didn't want to do anything. My mother saw that coming, put me back in private school. High school, same thing. Basically studied alcohol 101 and marijuana.
And how did you get started with that?
Never had been around it before, never seen it, even heard about it until I got to high school, and it was curiosity killed the cat, I guess you could say.
And what kind of substances did you use in high school?
Just marijuana and alcohol.
And who introduced you to alcohol and marijuana?
It was just a friend of mine. I can't remember exactly who it was.
Okay.
But you know, went on from there, left high school, started dealing.
What do you mean you started dealing?
Marijuana, selling marijuana. This was 10 years ago.
And how did you get the marijuana to sell?
Just some guy I had met, you know, just a guy from the neighborhood. You know,
All right.
Sold bulk. Went on from there, ended up taking the money that I made illegally and started with my inheritance money from when my mother passed, started a legal business.
And how much money did you inherit?
Just $5 grand.
Okay.
I was able to take that money and some of the money I had saved and buy a box truck, and I was running air freight at a BWI, a 24-footer. At 25 years old, I was making over $100,000 a year. The thing was, I had no bills. When you're 25 and you have no bills, the money, you're gonna party. Did a little too much partying.
What do you mean by too much partying?
Got addicted.
Addicted to what?
First, cocaine.
And how did you start using cocaine?
Just at a party, you know, one time tried it, went on from there.
Now, did you use cocaine or did you use crack?
First it was cocaine, and then it was crack.
And what made you say, hey, you know what, let me use coke?
It was in my face. It was there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Went on from there. Started using heroin with my daughter's mother.
And how were you introduced to heroin?
From her. July 10th, 1999. It was her birthday. I'll never forget. And she had used it prior to us getting together. And for her birthday, I thought, you know, hey, she hasn't done it in a long time. Why not? Well, I liked it a little too much. Went on from there.
And prior to that, how much were you using as far as crack and cocaine?
Weekend warrior.
Weekend warrior?
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Went on from there, caught a habit daily, spending about $150 a day.
So let me ask you this, when you're spending $150 a day, I mean, how are you earning that money?
Through my business.
Okay. So I mean, is that $150 a day for you or for both of you combined?
Both of us combined at that time. You know? Actually, it did get up to a point where it was about 200 a day combined. It got bad.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up getting on the methadone program together. Stayed together for a while. We ended up having a daughter.
Now, you said you went on the methadone program. Did you go to rehab?
I've never been inpatient rehab.
So how did you get hooked up with the methadone program?
Just through, you know, talking to people, you know, hey, you need to try this, it works. And it did work for a while.
And what made you relapse?
I think it was when I got kicked off. Yeah, I got kicked off the meth program.
Why did you get kicked off the...
missed 3 days in a row, and back then if you missed 3 days in a row, they kicked you off. I don't remember why I missed the days either.
You said you had a daughter?
Yes, I have 2 daughters.
2 daughters? And where are they right now?
With their mother.
With their mother? Is the mother, are you still with the mother?
No.
Is she still addicted, or?
No, she, believe it or not, she was one of the very, very few that just put it down. No rehab, got off the methadone, I think she picked up shortly, like she was using for a short period after she got off the methadone, set it down and never went back.
And when's the last time you saw her?
Well, my kids are 13 and 14 and they were 4.
So you haven't seen your kids for a while?
In fact, her husband adopted them from me. So,
And how do you feel about that?
Not good. But he is a good guy. He makes great money. He's got them both in private school, along with his other 6 kids, all in private school. So I know that they're better off with him. That's why I signed the paper than with me. But,
And how did you end up here in Baltimore?
came up here one day from Glen Burnie to buy, and I had just gotten my income tax check from another job that I had, and never left. Basically, I rented a room for 2 weeks, and you know, I've had spouts of clean time, and moved back out to the county, moved back up here, moved back out, back and forth.
And how much do you use now?
Depends on the day, man.
Give me a garden variety day.
50 to 100.
And what do you do for money?
Panhandle, my family looks out for me. Fly sign or panhandle.
Mm-hmm. You ever been arrested?
Yeah.
How many times have you been arrested?
4 or 5.
4 or 5? And for what?
Got DUI, assault.
You ever been arrested for possession?
Oh, well, yeah, years ago for marijuana. Never for anything else. My hand's cold. I'm gonna pull it up.
That's all right. I understand. Now, I mean, do you have any interest in getting in any type of program or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a university of the meth program up there now. I have to go Wednesday.
So you said you are going Wednesday?
Yeah. Next Wednesday.
And how long have you been out here on the streets for?
Off and on since 2001.
Since 2001?
Off and on. You know what I mean? I had about 8 months clean 2 years ago. I had about a year clean a year prior to that. I usually last about a year out here, then I'll get clean for a little while. You know what I mean? And they last a year.
What do you think's the difficulty to staying clean?
Compulsive behavior. My compulsive behavior. I'll get it in my head I want to get high, and I do. You know, it's like.
Is it easy to find? Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: if you can't find any heroin, I mean, what do you use as a substitute?
Maybe I'll get some methadone. Suboxones do not work for me, so that's not an option.
You use any other type of substance?
A little coke.
A little coke. Okay. And how easy is it to get?
Take 10 minutes.
10 minutes. And I mean, if you had to do it all over again at that party, when you used coke, would you do it over again, knowing what you know now?
Absolutely not.
I'm sorry?
No.
No?
Absolutely not.
And what type of advice would you have to, say, some middle school or a high school kid that might be at a party and that might come up?
Take one look at me and say, I don't want to be that guy when I'm 37 years old with nothing, sleeping on a cardboard box with 147 IQ that speaks 2 languages and can't do anything with it. You don't want to be me.
So if I see you out here next week, that's going to tell me that the University of Maryland didn't work out, right?
Well, I'm still going to be on the street, just
right.
It's a matter of that, you know, I won't be using it, you know what I mean?
So in a little while, I could follow up with you, see where you're at?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem.